I don't know that I'm very good tonight. Oh, yeah. I had no idea what was coming out.
Testing? 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 Good. A little louder, Sean.
Oh my God.
Please.
I've never seen you so good.
So nice to see you.
It was so good to see you guys last night.
Testing? 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 Lower? Testing? Testing? I think it's still too loud. A drop lower. Testing?
Kind of. We'll find out for sure, but I'm pretty sure. Everybody has them right. We should be able to get there. If Craig doesn't feel comfortable doing it during the installation, I'm just going to stay back there. I want to come up, but I asked him if he's okay. He said, yeah, he's going to watch me. Okay. So we have it set up. Should be okay, but just letting you know.
Okay.
I need to get the blessing.
I'm always on the lookout, Bob. I'm not very successful, but I try.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome. טוב ומעניים שבת אחים גם יחד, גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומעניים שבת אחים גם יחד, גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומעניים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומעניים שבת אחים גם יחד, גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומעניים שבת אחים גם יחד, גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומעניים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומעניים שבת אחים גם יחד, גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומעניים שבת אחים גם יחד, גם יחד.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Hine ma tov, how good it is for us all to be here on this Shabbat of both our board installation and the bittersweet moment of paying tribute to Michael Sveig, who has been with us for 27 beautiful years. So we are bidding adieu lehitraot to Michael, which means see you soon. We are installing Michael Weinberg as president of Temple Beth Shalom. We are going to an oneg catered by Michael Meltzer. And so I am calling this Shabbat Michael. And Michael actually, Michael, who is like God, because both Michael Sveig and Michael Weinberg have really shown us a reflection of God's face in our synagogue, in all they do for us, all they have done for us. And so we are most grateful. I'm going to invite Mike and his family and Vanessa, our current president, for the next few minutes up to the bima with their families to kindle the Shabbat candles as we turn to page 2.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להדליק נר של שבת.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Amen.
Please turn to page 4.
And there was evening, and there was morning, the 6th day. The heaven and the earth were finished in all their array. On the 7th day, God finished the work that God had been doing. And God ceased on the 7th day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the 7th day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצבנו ושבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו זיכרון למעשה וראשית כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש זכר ליציאת מצרים כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. L'chaim.
L'chaim. And now that we have brought in that extra light and that extra sweetness that we get to do every Shabbat, we continue by welcoming in Shabbat on page 12 with L'chu Neranenah.
L'chu Neranenah l'Adonai nariya l'tzur isheyetu. Please join me. Neranenah, ya la 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 la, Adonai, ya la 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 la, Maria, la la la. Let us sing unto God, the maker of all sure and strong. Let all of creation from mountain to sea hear our song. Lechu leranena, lai 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 lai, Adonai, lai 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 lai, Haria, lai 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 lai, Tzurishenu, yai lai 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 lai. For all of the wonder in all of God's light, we rejoice. So now let us listen with all of our hearts to hear God's voice. Lechu leranena, la 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 la, la Adonai. Yai la 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 la, Naharia, la 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 la, Tzurishenu, la 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 la, la 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 la, la la la.
We turn now to Lecha Dodi, pages 20 and 21. We will pray together verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And on the 9th verse at my cue, we will all stand together and face the entrance as we symbolically greet our Shabbat this evening.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala, bnei Shabbat mekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, bnei Shabbat mekabela. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, bnei Shabbat mekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, bnei Shabbat mekabela. Shamor וזכור בדיבור אחד, ישמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, שמו לתפארת ולתהילה. לך אדוני, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך ומיוחד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
We remain standing as we turn to page 28 for the Baruch Hu, our call to prayer.
Ya Ilai, la Ilai, I lie, la 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 la. Try and sing with me. I lie, la lie, la lie, la 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 la. Baruchu et Adonai, המבורך. ברוך אדוני, המבורך לעולם ועד. לה 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 לה. Ya Ilai, ya Ilai, la Ilai, la 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 Ilai.
You may be seated. We turn now to page 33. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me, too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Amen. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malechuto Leolam Va'ed.
Continue with Hafta on page 36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Adonai Elohechem, Emet. We turn now to Michamocha, our prayer for freedom and redemption, and boy do we need it now more than ever, on page 40.
Adonai, mi chamocha ba'elim, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, mi kamocha nedar. Lo ahadeilot osef eleh, osef תהילות אוסף אלה, אוסף אלה, מלכותך ובניך, בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלי, זה אלי. ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. join me כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך באלים, מי כמוך נעדר בקודש, מי כמוך נעדר בקודש.
All who are able to please rise and turn to page 46 for the Amidah, our central prayers. Our prayers will continue on the even-numbered pages. We will pray after the opening, the rest of the Amidah silently.
Adonai sefati tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise.
You may be seated as you wish. Thank you, so beautiful. And we're so lucky that even when Vanessa is not president, she'll sing for us. Today has been a poignant and bittersweet day as at lunch our staff paid tribute to Michael, and this evening we as a congregation pay tribute to Michael Spag, who has been a backbone leader and dear friend of this synagogue for 27 years. So Michael, I'd like to call you up, please, for a blessing. So appropriate for you to wear this community talit because you have been such an integral part of our community, and I know you will continue to be because you and Michelle are now lifelong members of Temple Beth Shalom forever and ever. Modim anachnu leMichael. Michael, we are grateful for you, our Director of Building Operations. For 27 years, you managed every aspect of our synagogue. Our building has always been more than bricks and mortar to you. Rather, it has truly been a sanctuary, a place of holiness. Not only did you help us through the rebuilding of our entire campus, often arriving and leaving before anyone else, but you also found your spiritual home here. You and Michelle married here, you became a bar mitzvah here, and you mopped water here. Not just the water of rain intrusion, but the salty tears of celebrations and sadness.
Michael,
we are grateful for you and the people that you have hired and supervised. To Michael, your people have always been more than employees and workers. Rather, they have been your sacred team, and they have been devoted to you in turn. You and your team not only set up chairs and reset them and moved them again, but it was done with a smile and a yes and a shared sense of creating Temple Beth Shalom as a place where everyone should feel at home. And Michael, the cleanliness of our synagogue has always been important to you, not just when we built a new building, not just during COVID, not just during the aftermath of hurricanes, but always making sure that we had what we need to be healthy in body and in spirit.
Michael, we are so grateful for you and the way you have created a safe home for all of us. The security of our building has always been foremost to you. Before there were 3 armed guards, before there was Rudy, before there were fobs and badges, there was Michael, a one-man army securing us from all harm. And it wasn't just people who you protected. Long after everyone had left to go hide from a storm, you lovingly wrapped each Torah and carried them to a safe place. Michael, we are grateful for you for honoring the community. It was never about supplies, cleaning, programs, or setups to you, Michael. It was always about community. You have had more than magical powers. You figured out how to always have enough food, plenty of chairs on standby, and of course, an abundance of cold air reminiscent of your native Russia.
Your magic is legendary. In less than a blink of an eye, you and your team have turned a massive carnival setup into a quiet funeral, a flooded room into a dry, sanitized learning space, and an unplanned program into a beautiful party. You have counseled our members and our staff, you calmed our clergy, and you always saw your responsibility to our community as valued and holy.
Modim anachnu lamichael. We are grateful for you for your dedication, kindness, and unwavering commitment to the well-being of our community. Blessed are you, Michael, who has sustained our community with love. Let us all say together, Amen. So we have a tribute song that Cantor Porat has created, and we are all going to sing it to Michael. Hopefully you picked it up on your way in, and hopefully it will also appear on our screens. We need a little vodka to go along with it.
To life, to Mike, L'chaim. L'chaim, to Michael, to life. Here's to the man who's reliable, who's always dependable. Drink L'chaim to life, to Mike, L'chaim. L'chaim, to Michael, to life. You kept our temple clean and in good shape. Your work you never did forsake. We say L'chaim to life. Michael, we raise our glass and share. We're so grateful for your care for 27 years. You've made our temple shine so bright, and so on your retirement night, our admiration we can't hide. To life, to Mike, L'chaim. L'chaim, to Michael, to life. Your work's been nothing short of grand. To Michael, our steadfast man. Drink L'chaim to life. To life, to Mike, L'chaim. L'chaim to Michelle, to life. Michael, a friend and a mensch, our love we will forever quench. Vache Zdorovye to life, to Mike, L'chaim. L'chaim to Michael, to life. Your move to Naples, may it be grand, with a raised glass in our hand. We say L'chaim to life. From key roof repairs to bringing light into our space. You did it all with so much grace. We're so thankful to you. We wish you nothing but good fortune to favor you in your golden years and everything that you might do. One last time, to life, to Mike, L'chaim, L'chaim, to Michael, to life. You've worked with all your might, make good memories, hold you tight. Drink L'chaim, to life.
Wow. Thank you, Michael, for so much. Take a moment now to shift gears a little bit, think about all those members of our community, our temple around the world, in Israel, and all places where people are in need of healing. Mishaberach avotenu v'imotenu Abraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah, hu yavarech et hacholim. O God, who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, send your blessings to all those who are in need of healing. And I'll ask you just to speak out loud all at once the names of the people for whom you're praying for healing. May the blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health, to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit. And let us say together, Amen. We continue page 282. I ask you to please rise as you're able. We face toward Jerusalem, toward the east, toward wholeness, with prayers of Elenu, page 282.
אך לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. Our thoughts turn now to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. On this Shabbat, we remember friends and family whose yortzites are being observed and whose names have lovingly been inscribed on plaques which are in our alcove of remembrance. Remember Howard Broad, Morris Grossman, Robert Charles Haas, Estelle Rosalind Haas, Betty Ann Mass, Michael Rosenbaum Raviv, Howard R. Charlin, Dr. Helene Schriera, John Philip Serban, Martha Suskind, Sroul Sveigenboim, Beatrice Van Wy, Anthony I. Van Wy. Remember as well yortzites that are being observed on this Shabbat. Remember Jeffrey Aronow, Miriam Bass, Marcos Brodsky, Rochelle Cervera, Enrique Chodnovsky, James Cobbs, Moises Cohen, Saul Frankel, Zachary V. Goldman, Alma Gorodetzer, Jaime Gutman, Solomon Gutman, Leon Horn, Robert Isser, Marion Jacobson, Danny Jonas, Max Levick, Shirley Liverman, Wilhelmina A. Loix, Ida Miller-Weinstein, Moises Picon, Martin Rice, Raymond Rosenblum, Faye C. Schaefer, and Emil Sinek. Remember as well those who died in the past 30 days and their families remain in the shloshim of mourning. Remember Samuel Elmowitz, Sally Spindell, Ella Riley Adler, Joseph Shine, Patricia Macera Villaverde, Claire Warren, Avi Samuel, Carol Elkins Benson, Ruth Halpern, Gretchen Wolf. Remember as well hostages and soldiers, Israeli soldiers who have died during this past week. Amir Galilov, Ida Appel, Uri Bar Or, Sahar Sudai, Bitzalel Tzvi Kovac, Adar Gavriel, Yehonatan Elias, Yedida Azugi, Diego Shivsha Harsaj, Elia Hillel. If there's a name that I haven't mentioned, you're in a period of mourning, you're saying Kaddish, I'll ask you to please rise and mention those names out loud, and please remain standing as we're going to join together for Kaddish in just a moment. Zecher, oh, sorry. Thank you. Zecher Tzadik Livracha, may the memory of all the righteous in our lives be a blessing as we recite words of Kaddish, page 294, and rise as one congregation. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divrah chirutei, v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon, Ufchaye Dechol Beit Yisrael, Bagala Bizman Kari V'yimru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mivarach Le'olam Olamei Almaya, Yitbarak V'yishtabak V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar V'yitalev V'yitalal Shmei D'Kudusha B'richu, Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata, Tushbachata V'nechamata, Da'amiran Bialma V'yimru. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya. V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'yimru. Amen. Osei Shalom B'mroma. Hu Ya'asei Shalom. Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'yimru. Amen. May the source of peace grant peace to all who mourn, comfort all who are bereaved, and send healing to all who are saddened, as together we say, Amen. Please be seated.
So before we officially begin the installation of our board and new president, I wanted to take just a few moments to acknowledge and honor our outgoing president, Vanessa Ressler. Many of you don't know that this is actually the second time I got to work with Vanessa as rabbi and president, as she was the president of our outreach organization called the Open Tent for a period of time when I was its executive director. And now, as then, she worked tirelessly for the good of the temple and our community. No task was too small or too great for her to do, from sending handwritten notes to stepping in halfway through the off-Broadway production of Joseph to direct it. The Pirkei Avot, which is studied at this season traditionally between Pesach and Shavuot, teaches, Lo alecha hamlacha ligmor. It is not your duty to finish the work, but neither are you at liberty to neglect it. It's hard to believe it, Mike, but Vanessa didn't quite finish the work. She left a little something for you to do. Vanessa, thank you for doing so much and always with a smile on your face, making it look effortless, always, for being a partner, an inspired leader, and a dear friend to Temple Beth Shalom and to me. Thank you. And now it's my pleasure to invite all of the members of our board to our bima, and please bring with you your program if you have it. I'm going to mention the names of our new board members: Michaela Gutman, who is stepping up to be co-president of Sisterhood, Shelby Kempler, Helena Crystal, Richard Russ, and Ashley Weissman. And we also acknowledge the two who joined us last year, Eric Broad and Sarah Shore, who did not have an installation service like this, so we honor them again tonight. What a great-looking crew. As we conclude reading from the third book of Torah this Shabbat, Vayikra or Leviticus, we read the final portion called Bechukotai. And this Torah portion emphasizes blessings and curses and the free will we each have to choose what we will make of our lives. It begins with the word im, if. If you follow my laws and observe my commandments, you will receive many blessings. But if you do not obey me, God says, the curses will far outweigh the blessings. In fact, the curses are so fearful in this Torah portion that traditionally they are whispered when we read from the Torah. The point of this lesson, I think, is that the future is not based on what has already happened. The future is being formed in large part based on the choices we make and the work we do. God, to some degree, places the future in our hands and plants the seeds of possibility in our grasp. We are not the sum of what has come before us, but the actors who determine the future. As Rabbi Shai Held says in his new book, Judaism is the religion of possibilism. Possibilism, I love that word. You, our Temple Beth Shalom board, are what makes everything possible for us. Thanks to your determination, commitment, and hard work, we will be ready to meet both the challenges of today and the unforeseen challenges of tomorrow. Thank you for believing in what's possible and for contributing your time, talent, and treasure to the well-being of our congregation. You are duly installed. And now, Mike.
There it comes.
You bring a rowdy group with you.
I have a lot to atone for already.
So, Michael Weinberg, you have already given so much to us through your many years of devoted service to our congregation in engagement, in philanthropy, in so many other areas of temple life. And your kindness and your thoughtful disposition, you are a patient listener and thinker. So our Torah portion has a strange word that's used 7 times in this Torah portion and doesn't appear anywhere else in the entire Tanakh. And that word is keri. God says, if you walk with me, keri, then I will walk with you, keri. The meaning is debated by the rabbis, but the majority understand it as being related to the word mikre, which means chance, by chance, According to the great scholar Maimonides, the essence of the verse is this: if you believe that what happens to you is simply a matter of chance, then, says God, I will leave you to chance. In other words, if you leave things to chance, you will never get where you need to be. Waze and Google Maps can tell you how to get there, but not where to go. Without a sense of purpose or destination, we will be directionless. And that's where you come in, my friend, to help to set us with the right intention, to put us on the right path, to lead the board in the sacred journey with collective purpose and integrity, so that we will find our way and reach our destination with intent and determination. These are uncertain and anxious times, which demand a leader who is measured, resolute, calm, kind, and confident. You are that person for this moment. Mike, may you always feel surrounded, supported, and uplifted by your family, who are all so proud of you here tonight, by the community of leaders who stand right next to you and behind you on your sacred mission. As you take your place among our generation of leaders, I'm going to call forward our past presidents. Mike, you now join this illustrious group of leaders who have each served with love and dignity. I'm going to invite our congregation to please rise as we're going to open the ark. So we have a newish ritual here at Temple that the past presidents will pass the Torah through their arms to our new president, Mike Weinberg. So Mike, go stand there next to Vanessa.
מי שברך אבותינו ואימותינו, מי שברך אבותינו ואימותינו, הוא יברך את כל הקהל הקדוש הזה עם כל קהילות הקודש וכל מי שעוסקים בצורכי ציבור ובבניין ארץ ישראל באמונה. הקדוש ברוך הוא ישלם שכרם ויסיר עליהם כל המחלה וירפא לכל גופם ויצלח לכל עוונם ויצלח לכל עוונם וישלח ברכה והצלחה בכל מעשה ידיהם עם כל ישראל אחיהם ונאמר
I'm going to invite our board and our congregation to share this antiphonal reading, which will formally install Michael as president.
I accept this Torah on behalf of our officers In every generation, we keep our Torah alive by receiving it anew. It was written in Pirkei Avot, the wisdom of our ancestors. Moses received the Torah at Sinai and transmitted it to Joshua, who handed it to the prophets, who transmitted it to those of great assembly, who have transmitted it down generation after generation. The task is now upon us to keep alive the hopes and deeds and responsibilities, to receive the Torah as if we ourselves stand in Sinai. May these teachings guide our work.
We serve this congregation through the support and trust of our congregation and the vision of our people.
Ask you to represent the entire Temple Beth Shalom community. Rise now and tell us your expectations. Will be a presence within our congregation, participating in the daily life of Temple Beth Shalom, making myself known to those I do not know, seeking to understand our needs and our gifts, and helping the stranger to find a place within our community. I will honor their wisdom and the traditions embedded in our history. I will work together with our clergy, our staff, and our congregants toward a vision of wholeness, caring, and peace for us and for our community. I will serve and I will lead this congregation inspired by the light of Torah. Its radiance will guide my path and sustain Temple Beth Shalom as a Sukkah Shalom, a home of justice and peace.
And now we bless you in the words of the ancients.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך.
May God bless you and keep you.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך.
May that light keep shining on you and keep shining through you no matter what happens over the next 2 years. And may you feel God's presence with you.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך
May you feel God's presence within you always, and may you always know the true meaning of shalom, peace.
Amen.
Mazel tov.
Siman tov, mazal tov, mazal tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazal tov, mazal tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazal tov, mazal tov, siman tov. Yelanu, 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 ulechol Israel. Yelanu, yelanu, ulechol Israel. Yelanu, yelanu, ulechol Israel.
You may all be seated, and I thank our board members and invite them to be seated as well.
I want to know why all the past presidents laugh so hard when we say that. I guess it's me. I'm going to do my nose. I'm going to be all right. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom. You all have no idea how good it feels to finally address you for the first time as your temple president. You know, I think the last time I wore this suit and tie was when I met with the nominating committee to interview for this job. Thanks for the advice, Jeff. I wasn't sure I was going to do it. I thought I already had the job. You know, people ask me a lot why I want to do this. And, you know, it's an interesting question. It's not for the parking spot, although that is quite nice. But I'm going to tell you just a little story. Maybe you get to learn a little something about me. Maybe get to know me just a little better. And I think by the end, you'll understand. See, I guess my story is going to start when my folks moved here from New York back in the early 70s. I was about 8 years old. They moved to Miami Beach. In fact, they moved to North Bay Village. Interestingly, one of the first people I ever met when we moved to Florida was Chris, some 50 years ago. I know, it's pretty incredible, I know. And my parents enrolled me in Temple Menorah. It was the closest synagogue to where we lived. They wanted me to be able to go to Hebrew school. They wanted me to become a bar mitzvah, which I did. And as soon as I became a bar mitzvah, my parents basically checked the box, washed their hands, and said, that's it, we did our job, we're now unaffiliated. And looking back on that, I would now call myself yet to be affiliated, because I was growing up in Miami Beach. Miami Beach was a robust Jewish community. It is now, it was then, it was a much smaller community. But it was a robust Jewish community. And I spent a lot of time here at Temple Beth Shalom as a kid, a lot. And the reason I was here is because I had a tremendous amount of friends. I had a lot of friends that were members here. Some of you are here tonight. I came here for your bar and bat mitzvahs. I came here for the tagging along for the Beshti stuff. I remember Ali Shear was involved at the time. And it was great. It was very impressive. Warm community, very rich fabric. There was a goodness there, and I recognized it. That did not go unnoticed by me then. So when Chris and I finally got married, and we decided to lay our roots here in Miami Beach, it was a natural for us to join Temple Beth Shalom. We wanted to be affiliated. We wanted to have that kind of congregational life with our friends. We were hopeful to have children. We wanted it for them, and we wanted them to grow up with our friends' kids, and that's precisely what happened. We were members. We were proud. We came 3 days a year, and life was grand. And then we had children, right? We had 3 kids in 5 years. We had Max, then Shay, then Zoe. And once you have kids, you're here a lot. You're here a lot, you know, particularly when they get to that B mitzvah stage, right? You're here for their B mitzvahs. You're there for their friends' B mitzvahs, Beshti, confirmation. We were here all the time, it felt like. And I started recognizing familiar faces. Some of you, I started recognizing. Some of you are here tonight. And I started realizing that Temple Beth Shalom was much more than our house of worship. It had become our Jewish community center. I was inspired. I was inspired by that. And I called Jack Carson. I don't know if you remember this, right? Jack was the president then. Jack was the president. He was also a neighbor and friend. And I said, Jack, I've got a pair of hands. If you're down a man, if you need some help, give me a call. I'm happy to help. And, you know, just some inside baseball here. If anybody's ever inspired to make that call, make the call, call me. I would love it. I would welcome it. But go in with eyes wide open. Your phone's going to ring, and it's going to ring often, as did mine. So the phone calls came in. I wound up on committees. I wound up chairing committees. And then the phone call comes in and says, how would you feel if I nominated you for the board? I didn't really even know what that meant. But I have a problem saying no, so I said, I'm in. Let's do it. And eventually I got on the board. And I remember showing up to my first board meeting. I was terrified. I was so intimidated. I don't even think I said a word the whole first year. But I sat next to Gary Rosenberg at the first meeting, and Gary leans in. Gary leans in and he says, hey, Mike, now you get to see how the sausage is made. I didn't know what that meant. But what that meant was there's a whole business side to this thing too. And that was eye-opening, but not nearly as eye-opening or as inspirational as seeing all the board members, 40-odd board members, all the past presidents showing up every month, working, doing hard committee work in between each meeting, tirelessly, selflessly, not wanting anything in return. All they wanted was to do their part, their whatever small part, big part, to make sure that this place was great, that it was vibrant and it was relevant for those who came after them. And I was hooked. I was it. I loved it. I had no idea where it was going, but I knew I had no interest in being president at that time. But I think my kids knew something I didn't know, because they kept saying, right? Dad, you're going to be president one day. I'm like, you're crazy. Anyway, 13 years later, you all are right. I couldn't be happier. This is a sacred role. I take it very seriously. I'm honored to have it. And how I see this role is that and this is a role, I want you to understand, this is not a role or a job that I have to do. This is a job I get to do. I mean that. And how I see this job, how I see this role is I get to be that most sturdy third leg of the stool, working side by side with Rabbi Pomerantz and Jeff Graff. And our mission is to drive Rabbi Pomerantz's vision, always keeping in mind our core values. You know them, and I'll just say a few. We have to always make sure that we are, not that we say we are, but that we truly are a warm and welcoming and inclusive community for all. That we have transparency, that we have a platform for everybody to be heard and feel validated and feel a true sense of belonging. That we are staunch supporters of Israel. That we nurture the school. The school just a few years ago, the elementary school was really, it was a dream and a vision, and now it is just a critical and and vibrant component of Temple Beth Shalom. And we have to keep forging one community and always maintaining financial and fiscal responsibility. It's really interesting. There's only been, you saw some of them up here, there's only been 35 past presidents in our 80-plus year history. It's pretty cool that I get to be number 36. It's an awesome small group and Jewishly meaningful number. I don't know that that's by accident or what. But I will tell you that there have been some awesome past presidents. And I can't stand here before you, make any promises or guarantees that I can be as good or as great as any one of them. But I can look each one of you in the eye, each and every one of you, and tell you that you will get the best of me. You will get all I've got. Every decision I make, every action I take will have the best interest of Temple Beth Shalom right in my heart. That you can rest assured. So before I wrap, I just want to say something to our beloved Michael Zweig. Michael, I think I've known you each of those 27 years. Your energy and your presence have become a critical pillar of this community. Personally, I will miss your big smiles and warm hugs. I simply want to thank you for all you've given of yourself these last almost 3 decades. And I want to wish you all the very best in this next chapter of your life. You will be missed here, my friend. And now to the rest of you. I mean all of you, and I mean this, all of you who showed up tonight and those who aren't here, the congregation, the clergy, the board, the past presidents, the staff, the executive staff, and all my friends and family. You all have been incredible. You have showered me with incredible support. You've rolled out the red carpet, and each and every one of you in some way, shape, or form have helped me, supported me, mentored me, and really entrusted me with this most sacred role. I don't take that for granted, and I won't let you down. And lastly, to my family, my amazing family, Chris, Max, who's not here tonight, Shay and Zoe, you guys, what can I say? You guys are incredible. You're simply the best. You have been beside me every step of the way, through all of it. All my meetings, all my commitments, all my craziness. You believed in me even when my dark moments came and I didn't believe in myself. And I have to thank you in advance for understanding that I might just be a little less available over the next 2 years. So with that said, I want to just say thank you all. I love you all. Shabbat Shalom.
Do you want them to? Okay.
Mazel tov to everyone. For the last 5 weeks or so, we've been counting the Omer. We spent each day counting down towards our moment in our Jewish history of revelation, from liberation on Passover to revelation on Shavuot, from freed slave to a civilization, really, a people with a code of conduct, with a code of ethics and morals. So tonight, as a closing song, I'd like to offer you a piece by Rabbi Pete Seeger. Some of you might have heard of him. That is also about counting, as we count down towards Shavuot, reminding ourselves of our rules, of our morality, of our ethics. We can also use those 49 days leading up to Shavuot as a reminder that each and every one of us is being counted on by our loved ones, by God, by our communities. We've been celebrating leaders tonight, but really all of us in our own ways are leaders. And people count on you. God is counting on each and every one of you. If you feel inspired now or during the song to rise up, to link up, please do so. If you feel inspired to clap, please do so. The lyrics should be on the screen soon. And here's how the chorus goes. It goes something like this. Hoping we'll all... Sorry. I'm having a little, Thank you, Paul. Hoping we'll all go through. Hoping we'll all go through. Hoping we'll all go through, me and you. Let's try it. Hoping we'll all go through. Hoping we'll all go through. Hoping we'll all go through, me and you. Here's the verse. When we look and we can see things are not what they should be, God's counting on me. God's counting on you. One more time. When we look and we can see things are not what they should be, God's counting on me. God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. It's time to turn things around. Trickle out now, trickle down. God's counting on me. God's counting on you. It's time to turn things around. Trickle up now, trickle down. God's counting on me. God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. Don't give up, don't give in. Working together, we all can win. God's counting on me. God's counting on you. Don't give up, don't give in. Working together, we all can win. God's counting on me. God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. There's big problems to be solved. Let's get everyone involved. God's counting on me. God's counting on you. There's big problems to be solved. Let's get everyone involved. God's counting on me. God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. When we sing with younger folks, we can never give up hope. God's counting on me. God's counting on you. When we sing with younger folks, we can never give up hope. God's counting on me. God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Sean and Jeff and Craig and Mike and Paul. Hoch dir. Shabbat Shalom.
It's your first installation at Temple Shalom.
Didn't know who Rabbi Singer was, but Singer. No, I didn't. I have no idea. Beautiful song, though.
Belly, coffee, Starbucks, whatever you want. You're heading Amen.